You made an interesting comment to me before we went on the air about a recall.
Sure. If there was a recall today, Bill, Joe Biden would be replaced. And I'll add something else. If there was an immediate recall on his successor under that scenario, Kamala Harris, I think she'd be recalled too. And I don't even want to begin to say what would happen if we got to the Speaker of the House.
Yeah,
that's a
third line,
short
right.
way of saying the Democratic Party and its entire leadership, all over 70, Biden pushing 80, are discredited. And really, there is no empathy, sympathy, or patience in the American electorate.
Now, if Trump were the alternative, this is, of course, we're speculating because a recall
Sure.
wouldn't involve, in San Francisco when Bodine, the DA, was recalled, there wasn't anybody up
Right.
against him, while there was in the governor's recall with Newsom. And the reason Newsom survived was because they didn't have a Republican to replace him that people liked out there. If Trump were the replacement in a fantasy recall, because so many people still despise Donald Trump, would it be the same result?
I think it would be, because most elections are referenda on the incumbent, which a recall is absolutely. I think Donald Trump, if he could ever get his head around talking about the future rather than the past, would inestimably enhance his and the Republicans' chances and give us more of what you've been talking about, which is a real world agenda that works rather than a retrospective look at 2020.
Even with all this October 6th hearing stuff and the press ramming it down everybody's throat and Trump looking bad and there's no cross-examination and it's, one after the other. He did this, he did that, he subverted democracy, blah, 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 blah. Today in my newspaper, Newsday, it's, we just survived the collapse of our democracy. This was the editorial. It's so ridiculous, but this is what they do. Don't you think that Donald Trump's, even though he handled the economy well and he's fairly successful as a governor and president, his demeanor and the controversies that the media has pushed, they still have hurt him?
They certainly have hurt him. He has facilitated it by not moving beyond it. But fundamentally, people vote, whether it be 22, 24, or our fantasy recall, on the incumbent and their performance. And fundamentally, your contrast is the right one. Things were better under Trump. People know that. They will hold their nose, in my judgment, and vote for him if he runs again, because most people have found his personality objectionable or worse. He shows no ability or interest in moderating it.